birds sitting on the wall. One named Peter, one named Paul. Fly away, Peter, fly away, Paul. Come back, Peter, come back, Paul. This little piggy went to market. This little piggy stay at home. This little piggy had roast beef. This little piggy had none. And this little piggy went wee, 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 wee.
Stop! This is ridiculous! You're just too much!
Well, look who we have here. We have another disgusting user, and that user is no other than Jaden Groves. Yes, you heard me. Today, we're going to be talking about Jaden Groves. And now you may ask, who is Jaden Groves? Well, let me tell you something. When I first laid my eyes on his videos in 2015, when I used to go on YouTube for the first time to watch a lot of children's shows like Teletubbies, when he made the Jaden Groves style videos, it's like when I watched his old videos, which also features like the magical events from Teletubbies, including the Animal Parade, was my favorite magical event, and I was obsessed with it when I was a child. Yes, 2015 is when I watched Jaden Groves' videos for the first time. And I think that's late 2015, early 2016. That's 10 years ago now. And yes, 2017 is when I first looked at his YouTube channel. Yeah, Jaden Groves has made a lot of Jaden Groves style videos. And he also likes a lot of Disney movies and a lot of preschool shows, such as Teletubbies, which he also treats like it's a gift from heaven. Even though that I still like Teletubbies from my childhood, he still worships it like it's a gift from heaven. And that is not the only show Jaden Groves worships like it's a gift from heaven. There's some other shows that Jaden Groves worships, such as Peppa Pig, Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom, Tweenies, Postman Pat, Balamori, Bod the Builder, Thomas and Friends, Kipper, Barney and Friends, Bear in the Big Blue House, Pingu, Something Special, Noddy, Dora the Explorer, and even The Day Full of Fun, which Jaden Groves absolutely worships a character from that show as well. And out of all of the other shows, I like Tweenies, Postman Pat, Balamori, Bod the Builder, Thomas and Friends, Bear in the Big Blue House, Pingu, and Something Special. I am neutral to Peppa Pig, Kipper, Barney and Friends, and Noddy, and I also hate Ben and Holly's Little Kingdom and Dora the Explorer. And Fenna the Fennekin, if you're watching this, please handle my opinion on Dora the Explorer, because I know your most favourite Dora the Explorer character is Swiper. And yes, out of all those, if Jaden Groves wants to be a fan of those shows, then let him be. Even though he's a grown 27-year-old man, he should really start acting his age. And there is this one character that Jaden Groves absolutely worship the most, and that character is none of Sammy Jo Wright. And speaking of Sammy Jo Wright, we'll get to her later. Let's talk about what movies does Jaden Groves worships. Jaden Groves is a huge fan of Disney movies. His number one most favourite movie that he always worships, and that movie is none of The Lion King. Yes, Jaden Groves always puts The Lion King in his videos. In his Jaden Groves styles, Jaden Groves absolutely makes a lot of videos with The Lion King. And I understand that's his opinion, that's fine. Even though that I like The Lion King myself, he really needs to slow down on the videos of The Lion King, to be honest. And The Lion King is not the only Disney movie that Jaden Groves worships. There's some other Disney movies that Jaden Groves worships, like The Jungle Book, The Adventures of Winnie the Pooh, Peter Pan, Monsters Inc., Alice in Wonderland, A Bug's Life, Toy Story, Dumbo, Cinderella, 101 Dalmatians, and even my number one favorite movie ever, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Yes, that's right. Out of all of the Disney movies that I mentioned, and if there's another Disney movie that I'm missing out, please let me know in the comments. But Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs is the movie that Jaden Groves treats like it's a gift from heaven, and he's got his filthy hands on my number one favourite character ever, alongside Rainbow Dash, and that is, yes, Snow White herself. And yes, out of all the Disney movies, I understand Jaden Groves likes those movies, and if he wants to be into those movies, let him be. And yes, I like all of the Disney movies that I mentioned, and if there's another Disney movie that he also worships, let me know in the comments. At first, when I first upon Jaden Groves' channel in 2017, when I first watched his channel in 2017, I know who he is, but 2015 is when I first watched his earlier videos. But then he got terminated in 2020, which he probably got terminated for copyright infringement, and then he came back in late 2021. Yes, probably because he mashed all of the Disney movies and the CBB shows and the other preschool shows, mashed all together in a nursery rhyme, even without giving the owners credit in the description, is the reason why. And yes, at first, I thought Jaden Groves was not much of a threat to anyone, and not much of a threat to anything on YouTube or on the internet, but then ever since he was exposed by Fenna the Fennekin, for an example, I just found out that Jaden Groves has been an absolute disgusting creep, especially towards children. No joke. Jaden Groves has in love with children. No freaking joke. Which proves that Jaden Groves is an absolute creep. But the real reason why that I am making an exposing video out of Jaden Groves today is because recently he's made a video of Snow White and Sammy Joe Wright together. Like literally another video of both of them doing disgusting things to each other. One example is that Jaden Groves recently uploaded a video of Snow White playing and tickling with Sammy Joe Wright. And even after I said that Sammy Joe Wright was a minor, a real life minor, a real life kid, and a little girl in the public eye who is literally 6 years old, and Jaden Groves is 27 years old now. Yes, Jaden Groves recently had his 27th birthday on the 6th of April. But literally, one day after his 27th birthday, Jaden Groves literally uploaded that disgusting video of Snow White and Sammy Joe Wright, which that literally counts as sexual assault, in my opinion. And if you don't believe me, yes, Jaden Groves has a weird obsession over Snow White and Sammy Joe Wright. For an example, like Jaden Groves has made tons of videos of Snow White and Sammy Joe Wright literally doing disgusting activities towards each other. And I did play the recent one. The recent one was playing at the start of the video. You already seen that. But there's some other videos that I'm going to play what Jaden Groves have done with Snow White and Sammy Joe Wright. Well, take a look at all this right here. But be aware, this is going to make you extremely disgusted and angry when I'm about to play this in 3, 2, 1.
Would you like to kissing my feet?
Yes, please.
Would you like to tickling my feet?
Yes, please.
Would you like to licking my feet?
Yes, please.
Oh, that's adorable.
But I will.
Oh, that tickles. Oh, that's adorable.
Oh! Ew! Dude! What the fuck?
Are you out of your freaking mind right now, Jaden Groves? Why would you make some kind of disgusting feet fetish out of those girls in the first place, especially the other one that is a real life minor and younger? It's like, what the hell has gone through your mind, Jaden Groves? Are you sick to the head or something? It's because you literally made Snow White my most favourite character ever, along with Rainbow Dash, do some disgusting and weird gross fetish things to a real life little girl from the public eye and from the Day Full of Fun named Sammy Joe Wright, who is approximately 6 years old and is younger than Snow White as a fictional character. But doing this to a real life girl is absolutely a big no-no. That makes you an absolute PDF file for doing that. That is absolutely very disgusting and perverted of what you have done, Jaden Groves. That is when you literally cross the line. Yeah, what has gone through your mind is because Snow White also has good hygiene. Snow White knows about hygiene very well. She don't do anything dirty at all. Snow White has nice clean hands as well. And yes, Snow White is very clean. She is never dirty. She hates dirtiness. Unlike you, Jaden Groves, making Snow White feel dirty, as that is absolutely weird. You are making Snow White very disgusting in your videos. It's like, my videos of Snow White are not disgusting because I make Snow White do things very clean. Like, Snow White has always been clean in my videos. Snow White has good hygiene, and the videos I make of Snow White and Rainbow Dash together, they are not even weird at all. Snow White does not even do disgusting things. Like, Snow White does things that are okay, like Snow White just boops Rainbow Dash on the nose. Yes, Snow White does hug me in my videos as well. She also boops me on the nose as well. And many more cute actions. And even to Rainbow Dash as well. But what Jaden Groves is doing to Snow White and making her do something really disgusting to Sammy Joe Wright is absolutely wrong. And I prefer hand content better than feet content, because you can use your hands for like everything. It's like your hands are always cleaner than your feet. And oh, speaking of voices, for an example, why does Snow White sound like Leanne Cartman from South Park? And why does Sammy Joe Wright sound like Peppa from Peppa Pig? It's basically, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs came out in 1937, and Snow White was voiced by Adriana Case Lottie originally, which Adriana Case Lottie sadly passed away in 1997, just before South Park first aired in the same year. It's like, originally, Snow White's voice was not the same voice actress as Leanne Cartman from South Park. And another thing, that Sammy Joe Wright is from The Day Full of Fun 1994, And Harley Bird was the voice of Peppa Pig in the 2010s. Harley Bird was born in 2001, while The Day Full of Fun came out first in 1994. You just getting the wrong actresses is because you're just so lazy to find out the voice actresses. You're just making up who is the real voice, man. It's like, geez, stop having a weird obsession over Snow White and Sammy Joe Wright. Because if you want to make them have a friendship, just make them more cleaner. You don't have to make them, oh my god. You don't have to make them do disgusting things to each other. It's just so messed up. And oh, speaking of Jaden Groves being absolutely disgusting and what he also did, another footage is that he also has fetishes of nappies, babies getting their nappies changed and have their private parts close up censored. Like, I am not going to show you that because that will get the video age restricted. That is just completely wrong, Jaden Groves. But the other thing that Jaden Groves really loves is the adverts. Jaden Groves also likes geocompario, which Fenna the Fennekin hates geocompario, the co-compare ads. Well, I'm fine with those ads, but Fenna the Fennekin is not. So shout out to Fenna the Fennekin, by the way. But I remember my granddad, which is my mother's father, he loves the co-compare ads, and I'm fine with that. But Jaden Groves worships it. But that is not disgusting. But the disgusting advert that I'm on about is the Huggies Little Walkers advert. The Huggies Little Walkers advert is when the mother is kissing the baby's feet and all that. It's that's just really disgusting, Jaden Groves. Why are you obsessed with diapers, nappies getting changed, and a lot of babies and inappropriate stuff? That is going to get you into a lot of trouble. It's no, this is not funny, Jaden Groves. This is something you need to be serious of. You should really get your act together. And if you don't believe me, check this out. But be aware, this is going to be very disgusting when you watch what Jaden Groves has uploaded.
You're never more on your toes than when she's finding her feet. That's why Huggies makes new Little Walkers nappy pants. A very new, very different kind of nappy. Specially designed for walking. Like a pant, Huggies Little Walkers allow your baby to move about freely, whilst being every bit as absorbent as a nappy. It's the little thing that helps the two of you through the ups and downs of finding your feet. The little things are everything. Huggies. Ups and downs of finding your feet. The little things are ups and 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 little things are.
That's disgusting!
See that scene where the mother is nuzzling on the baby's feet and kissing it, and then Jaden Groves repeatedly backs and forwards at the part, acting like he is Dan Schneider. And that is kind of perverted, to be honest. It's he's obsessed with that clip. It's he loves that scene more than anything else in the whole world. Treats it like it's a gift from heaven as well. What the absolute hell is wrong with you, Jaden Groves? That's what you did right here. that proves that you support CP. Yeah, Jaden Groves likes to do this so that he can get a lot of views. It's like he's just repeatedly uploaded the same video over and over again. And I know that. Jaden Groves absolutely worships that scene. Which, that is absolutely disgusting. And if you think that's bad, well, here's something else that is shocking. Well, Jaden Groves has uploaded the Jaden Groves style of the Huggies Little Walkers advert theme song, which features Snow White and Sammy Joe Wright. And you know what's the worst part? He literally made Snow White kiss Sammy Joe Wright's feet like what the mother did to the baby's feet in the Huggies Little Walkers advert. Like, what the frick, Jaden Groves? That is absolutely revolting. And what you're doing, that proves that you're the next Dan Schneider. God, that is absolutely creepy. Very creepy. And revolting. That is so uncomfortable. And oh, if you think that's disgusting, take a look at this. Jaden Groves has literally uploaded a Jaden Groves style children's DVD logo with literally a nappy getting changed and the baby was completely nude, and then the baby was like peeing and pooping a rainbow and was flying in the sky and just literally played a lot of random noises, especially from Teletubbies, for an example. And yes, I know that Jaden Groves worships Teletubbies, but what he just made right here was sexual content. I'm surprised that his videos have not been taken down for that kind of policy. And I mean, if you think so, well, check out the playlist. This is Fenna the Fennekin's playlist of Jaden Groves of what he did wrong, and the 5th video had no views, and it's because one of his videos have got taken down for violating YouTube's community guidelines. I don't know what video it was exactly, I've not seen it, but I wonder if Jaden Groves actually had his first community guidelines strike already, or did he add a community guidelines warning before? I don't even know. But if he had another community guideline strike, if another video gets taken down and another, he probably certainly would get terminated for violating the YouTube's community guidelines. Because otherwise, Jaden Groves is going to end up getting banned for life for what he has done. He's going to be banned for life if he keeps on doing this. Yeah, Jaden Groves is a disgusting individual. And do you know what he did in real life? Well, let me tell you. Back in August 2025, the same month that I cutted ties with him, well, Jaden Groves has literally recorded a girl in the swimming pool and literally told her to get her feet out in the garden once. It's like, what the frick is wrong with you, Jaden Groves? Why did you make a short, 2 shorts actually, of that girl swimming in the swimming pool with her swimsuits on and literally made her get her feet out of that door in another short that you just made out of her? What the frick is wrong with you, Jaden Groves? Are you sick to the head? You disgusting individual? What has gone through your mind? Are you crazy right now, Jaden Groves? What's wrong with your head? Jeez, that is absolute pedophilia right there, Jaden Groves. That is absolute criminal. You're going to be arrested for what you have done. Jeez, even after Fenna the Fennekin has exposed you multiple times, you still continue to do a lot of disgusting things. You're going to be arrested by the police if you keep on doing this. You're seriously going to be banned from YouTube for life. Seriously, Jaden Groves, it's not funny. You are 27 years old, and I don't know how old that kid is, that child that you just recorded in the swimming pool. That is messed up, and that's criminal right there. Imagine doing that in a sports centre. If that was in a sports centre, you will be kicked out for that. You'll be kicked out by the manager of the sports centre if you ever recorded a child in the swimming pool. It's like, who do you think you are? Amanda Carteret with Autism 1994? Well, we'll get to users like that later. Yeah, Jaden Groves acts like a lot of disgusting users and man-childs like Dan Sobel and Amanda Carteret with Autism 1994. It's like Dan Sobel and Amanda Carteret have also done one of the most sickening and evil things that anyone has done online. Yeah, Jaden Groves is now in a lot more trouble than he is before, and autism does not even excuse you at all, whatsoever. One of those days you're going to be sent to court, and then you are going to be fined, and then you're going to be sentenced to jail for a long time for what you have done. If you think that's also bad enough, well, this is going to make you extremely shocked and angry and even disgusted when I'm about to tell you this. This is also one of the worst things Jaden Groves has ever done. Well, in Halloween of 2025, at the end of October, Jaden Groves has uploaded a YouTube short of someone recorded him in the bathtub without any clothes on. Like, he's literally in the bathtub with no clothes on, completely nude. Like, what the frick, Jaden Groves? Why would you show yourself nude in the bathtub? That also not only against YouTube's policy, but this also proves that you are acting like an absolute PDF file once again. What the frick, Jaden Groves? And what's even worse, that you literally mark all of your videos as made for kids, right? Kids are going to like step on your channel and literally watch all of your disgusting content that you are making. Jeez, imagine a child laying their eyes on your channel and on your videos you're just doing stuff that are absolutely weird and disgusting and very uncomfortable. This is going to be one of the worst things that Jaden Groves has ever done. He's just literally marked all of his videos as made for kids and making a child like watch every single video that he has uploaded just because it was marked for kids. Like, yeah, the video as marked made for kids, meaning that Jaden Groves literally showed the video to little kids. It's like, who do you think he is, Dan Sobel, when he just literally did a disgusting video of him putting his pajamas on in a TikTok video when he was going to bed? And the worst thing that Dan Sobel did, yeah, I did talk about Dan Sobel recently, earlier. It's like Dan Sobel also did a disgusting thing, like being completely nude in the Google Meets. It's like, that's also disgusting, but at least Jaden Groves is, you know what, is not in the YouTube short where he was singing to Bob Marley. And you know what else he does? Well, in his videos, he also put some adult shows in the Jaden Groves style videos. In his videos, he features some adult shows like The Simpsons, Family Guy, American Dad, and even South Park. And out of all of those adult shows, I don't see much profanity in The Simpsons, but I know Family Guy, American Dad, and South Park have a lot of swearing in it. They're the real kickers, especially South Park, for a lot of profanity in its movie as well. And yes, imagine a child watching Jaden Groves' videos when they're marked for kids, and the adult shows are in the Jaden Groves style videos, and you hear like swearing in it. It's like going to make a child swear in real life, and then the parent is going to like scold the child for what they are watching on YouTube. And besides Jaden Groves, those shows are not even for preschoolers. It's like, get it through your brain. And oh, if you think that is also a fact, Jaden Groves was originally going to put Happy Tree Friends in his Jaden Groves style videos. Yeah, he had the idea to add Happy Tree Friends in the Jaden Groves style videos, but he never did. But if he did, well, here's the thing about Happy Tree Friends. Even though that I'm neutral to that show, but I know Happy Tree Friends has a lot of violence, blood, and gore, and even characters getting killed in every single episode. And then imagine that. Childhoods for preschoolers will be ruined. I know he called Happy Tree Friends Happy Squirrel. I don't think Jaden Groves have ever watched the show, and he's planning to, instead continuing to make the Teletubbies Jaden Groves style videos instead of Happy Tree Friends. But the real show that I am going to be really angry about if Jaden Groves adds, the show that is literally my number one hated show, and that show is very disgusting and extremely inappropriate and offensive, and that show is no other than The Nut Shack. That's right, The Nut Shack is literally my number one hated show ever. Yeah, that's right. Imagine Jaden Groves adding this show to his Jaden Groves style videos, and then literally a little kid will step and lay their eyes on that show and literally starts to look at all of the inappropriate and disgusting things in that show. Like, the Nut Shack contains a lot of drugs and alcohol, and yeah, a lot of drinking, smoking, yeah, and a lot of profanity in the Nut Shack as well. This show is extremely racist as well, and it's very disgusting, and a lot of toilet humor, yeah, and even worse, sexual content in it as well. And yeah, the characters of the Nut Shack are extremely ugly, and my number one hated character of all time is Phil Mattybag. Phil Mattybag is literally the worst character ever I have ever seen throughout the entire series. He's literally my number one hated protagonist ever. My literal number one hated main protagonist ever. Yes, and he is an adult like Jaden Groves. I think Phil Mattybag is 26 years old. Yeah, and you know what's disgusting about him? He has a t-shirt that says "Got Nuts," which is literally writing down to his private area. It's that is just an absolute creep right there, what Phil Mattybag has got on, wearing a t-shirt that has something that is inappropriate. Yeah, even Phil Mattybag's face looks really disturbing and ugly. Yeah, I could barely even look at Phil Mattybag. Yeah. Imagine if Jaden Groves actually added Phil Mattybag in his Jaden Groves style videos. What could be worse? What if Jaden Groves actually paired Phil Mattybag with Snow White and Sammy Joe Wright, and then making Phil Mattybag do a lot of disgusting things to both characters? That'd be even worse because, first of all, Phil Mattybag is also an adult. He's also disgusting as well, like Jaden Groves himself. And not to mention, it's I know Phil Mattybag is also disgusting himself as well, due to the t-shirt that says "Got Nuts." Yeah, literally, the way that I have my opinions, I know I absolutely adore Snow White from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, right? She's my number one favourite character ever, alongside Rainbow Dash from My Little Pony Friendship is Magic. Yeah, I know Jaden Groves did add My Little Pony Friendship is Magic in his Jaden Groves style videos. Not often, at least. But yeah. And I know Snow White is very beautiful and cute. While Phil Mattybag, on the other hand, he's literally my number one hated character ever, because he's extremely ugly and disgusting to look at. He's extremely ugly. His face is extremely ugly to look at. It's I can even barely look at him the way he looks. And due to my extreme hatred on the Nut Shack, No, I'm not trying to take the Nut Shack way to the extreme. I just avoid that show at all times. I just don't watch the Nut Shack anymore. I stopped watching that show after I started to hate that show in the beginning of 2025. And the Nut Shack became my new number one hated show after Bodge was my number one hated show ever from September 2018 all the way till the Nut Shack became my new number one hated show ever on the 17th of March 2025. Oh yes, imagine that Jaden Groves claimed that Phil Mattibag is father and daughter of Sammy Joe Wright. And I can imagine Phil Mattibag would have said to Sammy Joe Wright, "Would you like to lick my private parts?" And then imagine Jaden Groves making Sammy Joe Wright say, "Yes, please," in a Peppa Pig voice as well, and asking Snow White to do the same thing as well. Imagine that. That'd be even more worse and disgusting than I thought. That'd be extremely awkward as heck. And even worse, that will be absolute sexual content right there. And that will also be pedophilia, since Sammy Jo Wright is also a real life minor, like I said earlier. She's about 6 years old, and I know Snow White is a 14-year-old as well. She's a teenage girl, an animated girl from Disney classics. And yes, Sammy Jo Wright is a real life girl who is younger. And yes, and even Phil Mattibag is he's literally 26 years old and a grown adult. And that would have made him commit pedophilia as well. And he would have been in jail for what he have done. And I know not only Phil Mattibag is disgusting, he is also a drug addict as well. He always drinks, smokes, and does drugs himself. And I know he is also an absolute pervert in the entire series. Yeah, Phil Mattibag is an absolute pervert, since he has the t-shirt that says "Got Nuts." Yeah. And not only that, he has an extreme foul mouth. He has a lot of profanity in him. He just swears all the time throughout the entire series. And I know Phil Mattibag is one of the most sickening and evil characters that I've ever seen in the whole world. He's more like an antagonist, not a protagonist. He is more like an antagonist rather than a protagonist. He's more like a villain rather than a hero. Because not only that, he also kills people throughout the entire series as well. And imagine adding him in the Jaden Groves style with a lot of swear words in it. Little kids are going to be scolded by their parents if Jaden Groves added the Nut Shack in his Jaden Groves style videos, if the parents heard swearing in them, like hearing a little kid watch a lot of inappropriate TV shows that are for adults, including this piece of crap show of abomination show called The Nut Shack. And the thing that I hate about this show a lot, it has really poor and low quality, and yeah, the theme song is extremely annoying as it keeps on repeating "It's the Nut Shack" all over again. Yes, the Nut Shack is the real kicker for being one of the worst adult shows I've ever seen in my whole life. Yeah, Phil Mattibag is literally my number one hated character ever, next to Queen Grimhild, aka the evil queen from Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Like, she's like the worst villain I've ever seen, while Phil Mattibag is the worst protagonist ever. And it's too awkward for me to put Snow White near Phil Mattibag, especially in the same image at the same exact time, because I know how much I love and adore Snow White so much. It's like she's like an angel, and she's like well behaved, and she's very kind, cute, and adorable and beautiful, and she is like very good, and she has good hygiene as well. While Phil Mattibag, on the other hand, he's extremely dirty and a naughty boy. He's like extremely disgusting and ugly. His face is like extremely ugly, and he is very disgusting and extremely rude and cocky. And yeah, Phil Mattybag is an absolute brat, and he's also annoying as well. And that's why in my old videos, thank God that I never paired Phil Mattybag with Snow White in my old videos, but I used to pair him with Rainbow Dash in his old videos. That was when I used to like the Nut Shack from 2019 to 2025. It's like, I know I became neutral, I was neutral to the Nut Shack in 2024, and I was starting to hate it officially in 2025. Anyways, let's stop talking about Phil Mattybag, and let's talk about something else. Let's get him out of here right now. Anyways, that awkwardness character and ugly character and dirty character is gone now. And now, there's also another adult show that I hate as well. And I know Mr. Pickles is also a bad show as well. Imagine Jaden Groves adding Mr. Pickles in it, since, just like Happy Tree Friends, Mr. Pickles has a lot of blood and gore in it as well. Yes, and I think that's all of the adult shows that I just mentioned. And like, imagine what if Jaden Groves actually used them for his Jaden Groves style videos. I mean, literally, I know he's an adult, and I know the shows are suitable for his age, but he shouldn't be marking them as made for kids. Yeah, Jaden Groves is a man-child as well. He's so immature. Like, for example, back in 2022, he's made a video of himself crying just because Chloe has gone to a different room, thinking that Chloe have passed away. Which, that is also the stupidest reason to think that a person is passed away when the person is actually still alive. It's like, that's just ridiculous. That doesn't make sense at all, Jaden Groves. You shouldn't be crying about it when the person is alive. That's so childish. It's like, who do you think you are? Childish Dad? Dave the Childish Dad? Or even another person, another user throwing temper tantrums by the name of Rachel Persley, for an example. And no, I'm not trying to be cold-hearted or anything, but I know it's sad, and it's okay for people to cry when someone, a beloved one, have passed away. Yeah, like your family, your pets, your friends, and many more. And you know what else he also did? I know, he just called out Fenna the Fennekin. He just told Fenna the Fennekin to go away and never return. Yeah, no joke. Back in November 2024, when he realized he got caught for all of his actions, he even said that he was sorry and asked Fenna the Fennekin to forgive him. He's only saying this just because he got caught. Well, if you don't believe me, listen to this.
Go away, Pippin MTOTM, and never return. Are you sorry? Can you forgive me?
And this proves that he cannot take criticism like a real grown man. And yes, that was when Fenna the Fennekin's old username used to be Pippin MTOTM. And no, we'll never forgive Jaden Groves. And he's only sorry just because he got caught for all of the actions he have done from the time he was on YouTube and acting very disgusting on his newest channel that he came back since late 2021 and all the way till he was called out in November 2024. And it's not just Fenna the Fennekin that Jaden Groves got exposed. There's some other people that also exposed Jaden Groves for his bad behavior. Just Mia making stuff when she addressed the Jaden Groves style and when she called out Jaden Groves in October 2022. And then even after that, Jaden Groves still continues to do a lot of disgusting videos as well. And another user by the name of HBTodyOD has even exposed Jaden Groves and made the consequences Jaden Groves style in December 2024. And then another video that he made of Jaden Groves is the creepiest pervert on the internet, which Jaden Groves should know that what he did wrong. He's literally doing all this just to get himself into a lot of trouble. And yes, I think 2 months after the Consequences Jaden Groves style video, Fenna the Fennekin uploaded her exposing video of Jaden Groves in February 2025, like I said before. And then she had to make another one, literally this time on live stream in November 2025, a year later, which is November of last year now. Fenna the Fennekin made an alternate exposing video live stream of Jaden Groves, and that video is literally 4 hours long, that she had to explain almost everything Jaden Groves has done. And oh yeah, I forgot to mention about HB Toady OD's another video of Jaden Groves, the video of the creepiest pervert on the internet, was literally uploaded, I think it was 2 weeks after Fenna the Fennekin's alternate exposing livestream of Jaden Groves. Yeah. And even still after all that, and even after those users have exposed Jaden Groves multiple times, Jaden Groves still continues to act like a child predator. He still continues to be an absolute child predator and stalking on children as well, and having an absolute baby feet fetish and child fetish all the time. It's that's just wrong. Completely wrong. And yes, I know this video is nearly an hour long. I am almost done explaining about Jaden Groves. Nearly 50 minutes long now. And oh, I almost forgot. If you're wondering that if you can't comment on Jaden Groves' channel, well, let me show you a post that Jaden Groves has uploaded, I think 3 years ago. I think it's around 2022 or 2023. Is he made a community post poll of Bear in the Big Blue House, and the options have 2 pictures of Snow White and Sammy Joe Wright together, Snow White literally kissing Sammy Joe Wright on the head. It's I know that Snow White was kissing Sammy Joe Wright on the head, at least it's not anywhere disgusting, but I know at least that it's a little hug on the head. I know that's kind of comfortable, but except when it comes to creepiness. Oh yes, and I almost forgot that Jaden Groves made a picture on DeviantArt of Snow White and Sammy Joe Wright, Sir Pregnant Evil, which that's actually Queen Grimhild. Seriously, Jaden Groves, you should know that Queen Grimhild is the villain of Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and she was the evil stepmother of Snow White by sending her death threats, and worst of all, she gave Snow White a poison apple back in the movie. And yes, I do feel very bad after Snow White ate the poison apple and then fell into a deep sleep, but at least she was awake by Prince Floran at the end of the movie. It's Queen Grimhild is not safe for Snow White to interact with in the original movie. It's Snow White is not even happy to see Queen Grimhild because Queen Grimhild was an absolute villain and evil towards Snow White. And how come Snow White and Sammy Joe Wright to be happy for Queen Grimhild as well? It's seriously. Yeah, Queen Grimhild, aka the Evil Queen, is my #1 worst villain ever. My worst antagonist ever. Yeah, Queen Grimhild, aka the Evil Queen, is my #1 hated female character ever, and she's my #1 hated character ever next to Phil Mattybag from the Nutshack, who I mentioned earlier. Not only that, Sammy Joe Wright probably does not even know who Queen Grimhild is in the original movie. It's Sammy Joe Wright never met Queen Grimhild in the Disney universe. It's Sammy Joe Wright is a real-life miner, like I said, and I pair Snow White and Rainbow Dash together instead. But I know I do make Snow White to do cute things to Rainbow Dash, like I said earlier. But still, he needs to stop having a weird obsession over Snow White and Sammy Joe Wright. And the good news is, I was able to call out Jaden Groves in the comments of that post of what he did of Snow White and Sammy Joe Wright. And yes, Jaden Groves made his own custom movie called Jaden Groves Style the Movie, which I know Jaden Groves Style is a fan-made thing that is like all characters from different companies from like Disney, CBBS, and other preschool shows mashed all together in just a nursery rhyme. And I know that he also, when he makes videos in his Jaden Grove style, I know he also puts a lot of content with Teletubbies in there, since, yes, I know Jaden Groves worships Teletubbies, like I said earlier, especially the Animal Parade, and also the fact, especially when he also pairs the Animal Parade with Colonel Harty's March from the Jungle Book. Yeah, Colonel Harty, the elephant, with his crew marching along in the Jungle Book. Yeah, Jane Groves pairs the elephants from the Jungle Book with the Teletubbies Animal Parade, just because they're like marching is like similar to each other. Yeah. But in his Jaden Grove style, I mean, how many characters does he have to manage to like literally put in just one video? That is, I think that's too much. It's like, can he just like put at least a little bit less in there? It's like, that is also like milking everything, worshipping every preschool show that he loves. And that's all I have to say about Jaden Groves. And if there's anything else that Jaden Groves is exposed for that I didn't mention, please let me know in the comments section down below. And if you guys still like or neutral or never heard of Jaden Groves, well, I'm not trying to bash your opinions or anything, but I highly suggest that you should cut ties with him because of his very bad behavior, and what he did was absolutely disgusting, for being an absolute child predator and a creep towards minors, especially to little girls online, and even female characters as well. And no, this is not opinion bashing, this is an advice. And please, 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 keep your children away from Jaden Groves. Keep your distance away from anyone like Jaden Groves and other horrible sick users out there. Jaden Groves is actually not safe to be on the platform. I mean, he's literally sick to the head. He should stay away from minors. Well, if you live in the United Kingdom, and yes, I live in the United Kingdom, like Jaden Groves also lives in the United Kingdom as well. So, in the United Kingdom, please, if you ever see Jaden Groves, please do not let your children anywhere near him, because he's not safe to be around any children like that, especially what he's doing. And to anyone who lives close to Jaden Groves and you see him do a lot of disgusting stuff, then call the police, call the FBI, and then have his family to sort him out, and then get him off the YouTube platform altogether. And please, keep Jaden Groves away from minors as well. Yeah, Jaden Groves should really get banned for what he has done. And Jaden Groves, if you're watching this, I hope this video teaches you a valuable lesson for what you have done. You have crossed the line huge time, and do me a favor and please leave now. I am so done with you now, Jaden Groves. Your apology is denied forever, and do me a favor and please leave right now. But anyways, that's all I have to say for this video. And I know this video is about nearly an hour long. It's now coming to like 55 minutes long. So yes, shout out to Fenna the Fennekin, since she is the biggest hater of Jaden Groves. Yeah, Jaden Groves is gone now. So yeah, I've teached him a lesson, and I feel exhausted after explaining everything about him, like almost everything that I could talk about him and think of the reasons of why I hate that user so much for what he has done. This video right here, my own truth video about and exposing video of Jaden Groves that I made, is now literally holds the record for the longest video that I have ever uploaded on my YouTube channel. And no guys, I am not trying to take Jaden Groves way to the extreme. This video was only meant for constructive criticism purposes only. And to users out there who hate Jaden Groves, if you're watching this, I hope you guys all enjoyed watching my exposing video out of Jaden Groves. So anyways guys, that's all I have to say for this video. So please, thank you guys for watching this video, and please like and subscribe to me, turn on the notifications for more videos, and we will see you guys on my next video, and goodbye.